Hello, welcome folks. We're going to be playing some really spicy number right now. We're going to be playing Blue-Black Ninjas in Modern. So this deck has a Fallen Shinobi. We have Spellstutter Sprite. Honestly, a very underplayed card in the Modern format. It's a great card. This combos very nicely with Vendilion Click and Brazen Borrower, a brand new fairy as well. Archmage's Charm, Bitter Blossom, all of this, of course, flying evasive threats that enable Fallen Shinobi, which is a great card advantage engine. Some removal in the form of push, Thoughts and Inquisition as discard, Drawing the Lock as a counter spell slash removal spell combo, Cling to Dust against Uro, most likely. Opt, Archmage's Charm, and Cryptic. Liliana is an interesting Placewalker choice in a deck like this. I would like to see it in play before I draw my own conclusions, but it is interesting to see it in this context of cards, basically. In the starter, we have, of course, more counter magic like Force of Negation, Disdainful Stroke, Gust, and Ceremonious Direction. Extra discard and anti-burn cards like Collective Brutality, Plague Engineer against creature decks, Ashiok against actually a plethora of decks, Kalithas against removal decks and stuff, and Neo Spellbook against graveyard strategies. Seems like something that the Faeries guy would brew up. Yeah, exactly. Eureka would be beautiful. Yep, 100%. Opt and Liena, definitely the cards that kind of seem out of place. Well, Opt makes sense, right? Like, you have to, like, fix your stuff. You can't just go ahead and just hope that everything is going to work out every time. I like this hand, though. So Opt is just kind of probably something that might qualify as necessary evil. While... Are we really going to be taking all of this damage? Kind of are. Where removal is laughably bad here. So I guess I'm gonna get Crater Maker. I guess I should have taken... Well, I have Snapcaster for the push. 4 Mystic Sanctuary kind of feels like a lot, though. Oh, we're bouncing the Bile on turn 2. That's what's going on. For a second, I didn't think about that. I guess so we can actually... We can bounce the Vial after we have Bitter Blossom going, I guess. That's probably better. So let's do this. Oh yeah, look at this classic Taxus hand. So let's heal here. Okay. So we're going to pass the turn. Oh, I should have played this so I can get back to push. I mean, my opponent can't play stuff. What are you insane? Get the theft. Push there. Cling to Dust. I guess that's interesting because that's a way of gaining life, which I hadn't thought of before. Should we blow up the Sunbaked Canyon? I think so. We blow it up right now, while my opponent can cycle it. Aldrich 07, thank you for the follow. Sure. Let's put Bush back on top. Aldrich 07. Oh, thank you so much. Bonjour to you as well. Means you knew we were playing some Spice of the Paradox and a playable deck to get our hopes up for the 5-0. Classic MTGO move. Also, this is dead. Copterino. We draw the push. We serve. They can have a giver here. So in response to the crew, I'm going to blow up the copter, of course. Oh, I guess it's not a creature just yet. Whoops. Well, I guess I can push here, and then I can snap push. It's probably okay. And we have to do this before he's actually crewed, so they cannot make it. I feel like I do want a swamp here in play, though. Maybe it's bad to be exiling my push, but... Classic modern staple, the Lurrus Critter. It is a classic. It is a classic. I guess that the exile from Kling is actually relevant against Lurrus. Another Vial, so they're gonna have Serra Avenger. I'm gonna watch out for that. I mean, second Bitter Blossom, not too stoked about. I think I'm gonna bounce the Vial again, right? I could bounce the Serra Avenger. They take 3. They block the Snappy. Yeah, bouncing the Vial sounds good. It means that they're going to get to block with Serra Avenger. To attack with Serra Avenger, but that's probably fine. Would love to draw another push here. Okay. one sucks. Looking for a push here, obviously. Brutal. Okay, so maybe I should have bounced this. I don't think so though. Because next turn we get to double Brace and Borrower, but they have Path plus Seal of Fire. The Seal of Fire can also go face. And if they pay 3 to Lurrus. So I think if they attack, I'm going to throw everything in front of the Scavenger. Like ragging on Texas Slayer, the friend who got me into Modern, always played Black White Rusty Taxes. I like to move to turn to Abbey against me an Amulet. Brutal. And even still, you might have beaten him more often than not. Yep, throwing everything in there. They might have another one of these guys, which would be brutal, but I think it's correct for me to throw everything in there. Or if they want to use all of the removal spells, I'm also okay with that. Okay, so next turn they're going to be able to Violin Lurrus. Come on, man. Pretty brutal. So they still have a Path in hand, and they Seal of Fire in play. Another Seal of Fire. That's interesting. Because they could have, like, this only casts Lurrus, right? So if they put this on 3, it's because they're gonna cast for Lurrus here. No, I guess they just didn't want to cast Lurrus. Okay. Yeah, I know, but it's weird like that they sequence it like that because they already had lethal, I guess. Brutal. Just drew blanks forever. Push would have been fine. So many cards would be good. Dex playing 20 lands. I mean, we're playing 24, which is not a small amount of them, but we drew like 10 or something. How many did we draw there? You're slowly somewhere around there. Which is stuff. Kind of regardless of which deck you're playing, if you draw that many lands, you're probably likely to die. 4 Mystic Sanctuary is definitely an interesting concept, particularly because there's not that much good stuff to get back. You have like pushes and stuff, but these are so awkward in the early game. Well, I guess that guy is gonna have to die eventually. I think I'm gonna get this step though. We can kill the doggy later. So I guess I want to push this. You got it. And I think I'm going to steal the vial. Is that crazy? I don't think that's crazy. Because then we can get it back. Like we know they don't have Flicker Wisp. Had Karn on the stack with 5 mana open. My opponent had the Infinite Thopter combo, and I had EE in hand. They got the second rebuke. Brutal. You hate to see it. Rufflecopter. Vial, let's go. So if they tap the Giver to give this, ugh, gross. So they're gonna tap that one. Yep. So we're gonna have to take these 3, that's fine. Tocatli Honor Guard. That's a funny one. It's a pretty fun one. Okay, so we're gonna drown the Giver end step. This up to 2. Honor Guard. So we can draw push off of this Archmage's Charm. I think I like that. Alternatively, I could Snapcaster drown this Tocatli on our card. I guess I can do both, because I can violin the Snapcaster. I guess we can push, snap, push. That's the line. That's the line. That's the line. Okay, so push here. Oh, that's some next level shit. Got me. Oh, I should have, in response to, oh yeah, I punted, yeah. I didn't play the Snappy because it doesn't have an ETB, but then, like, we should have played it in response, and we, like, this would already have the flashback. So that was a punt, yeah. Big punt. Well, fuck me. Should I just hardcast this guy? I think I'm gonna hardcast this guy right now. No more lands for us. No, we still have Aether Vial. Let's feel the ruin. No! 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 The worst timeline! It is the worst timeline, chat! It is the worst timeline, chat. No. No. I deserve that. I deserve that for throwing away this game. I deserve that for throwing away this game like I did. Oh, that's absolutely delightful. Alright, so now Lurrus takes over. We don't need to keep playing this game. That is really funny. That is really, really funny. If I had executed my plan correctly, we would have won that game, because I would have been able to start getting value from the Fallen Shinobi. Like, we would have just won, because, like, we just clock them fast. We have no lands, but we cast their spells, and we just clock them at the same time. So I think we would have actually won if this weren't, like, my 5... If I hadn't been streaming for 5.5 hours already, I think I would have been able to do that properly. Una sola línea temporal donde perdemos contra Taxes porque... Ah, muy bueno, muy bueno. This kind of deck requires you to be very good at playing it. Clearly I am not. Street Wraith. 7th edition foil ball went from 15 each to 90 each. Nice. Nice. That's good value. That's good value, Gage. Land we kind of want. And we slam the BB. I knew there will be a good reason to not be in meta too, thanks. So thank you, Aldrich. Well, they're probably going to be shocking and doing all that nonsense. This hand looks decent against Shadow. And if we manage to steal their Shadow, we can make them huge. Alright. This spell makes sense. One takes the correct card. Good for them. What's this deck? Blue-black ninjas, Andrea. Modern mainstay. Modern mainstay. No, poor opponent opened the chest and opened basics. Feels bad. Feels bad. So I think we're gonna be clinging to draw a card. Probably I'm gonna steal the Thoughtseize. I doubt that my opponent's playing Snapcaster Mage because they're playing 4 colors, but... Red, black. What is this? Cologans come in? Okay. Sounds good, I guess. Trophy with Gobos, forgot to radio. Oh, it's okay, Andrea. We trophied with Band Blades today. That's right, we played this card in our deck, remember? Oh, wow. I can't believe we actually played this card in this deck. We can sprite counter something. Brazen Borrower, Petty Theft, the sprite. Ugh, I'm drooling. I'm drooling. This is like some sort of Pioneer deck? What are you talking about? This deck's great, right? Totally great. Also, like, if you don't have a counter spell for this sprite, like, good job being able to kill enough... Being able to kill enough fairies to not trigger this. Something tells me that the Footfall Crater should not have gone on that land. Should play Invert in Modern, maybe in some meme streams. I mean, I think that Inverter actually has some legs in Modern, to be honest. I'm pretty sure my opponent is trying to set up a turn in which they do everything, so I'm not gonna play out this Liliana. Just gonna hold up Brazen Borrower plus Fatal Push. And if they don't do anything, I'm probably gonna play a Borrower on end step. Tarfire, my Fairy Rogue. Sounds good. Don't ask me why I got these infos. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's good. I'm saying that it is something that you could be able to do. I mean, I know that Inverter has a good matchup against Amulet because I played against it a couple of times and I got destroyed every time. So my opponent gonna play an Angler here. Jumping JD, thank you for the follow. Lurrus. Lurrus. For no value at all. Like, there's literally no way that they can get value from this Lurrus. 0 ways to get value. Bounce it. What year is this that I cast a turn to Beetle Blossom and it just took over? What year is this, chat? So I think we pass because this Borrower represents lethal through removal even. Why does this deck not have Commandeer? Because I mean, look at her hand, it's 3 black cards. This should be it should be pretty self-explanatory why we don't play a card that requires us to exile blue cards. Could have bounced Pride and then push on the rest. If I do that and my opponent has a Fatal Push, we actually get blown out. So the tempo play seems a lot safer, and I'm winning anyway, so... There we go. Shadow. A shadow. Shadow. I think I don't like Kalitas. Do we even like Fallen Shinobi? I guess I like it. I like Kalitas better than Fallen Shinobi, but like that's still kind of a questionable one. Like it feels like our deck is just well set up against our opponents. It's like a popular like not at all Pokimoki. No. We're just having fun. We're just having fun. I'm not even sold. This deck is very good. They have blue, so I'm expecting. I'm expecting like stub. That's why I kind of want to cut a Cryptic. I guess I kind of want to cut both cryptics. It's just a tribute. It's just a tribute. Oh, Tenacious D is so good. I have not watched Tenacious D in so long. I should rewatch it. That movie has such a great rewatchability value. Ooh, my opponent on the 62 card special. Hell yeah. A bold strategy. Kalane 7. Clean 7. Bold strategy. Yeah, seems like a fine hand. Turn 1 discard spell, we have a bounce spell, we have a snappy. I think I like this. Inquisition. If it's a stub, that's probably fine for us. Yep. Just kind of whatever. Choose to not pay 1. We're gonna try again in a couple of turns. If they play Goif, I think I'm gonna bounce it main face. Second blue source. Why? I guess that seems better than what I was thinking of doing, so let's do that instead. Sanctuary Drown is kind of nice. Kind of nice. Another Goif. Pretty cool that this Snappy actually, by flashing back the Inquisition, we're going to make the Goif a little bit smaller, so that's nice. I predicted Shadow Stealing. It could be. It could be. Okay, so all of this happens. We're probably going to take 3. Then we're going to be able to bounce the Goif. And now Stubby D is actually not active, which is nice. Another Goif. Oh. Abrupt Decay your Snapcaster. That's pretty good for us. Blue green, another Goif. Okay. So we're drawing Drown. Then we can draw Drown again if we want to, or we can draw something else depending on how things work out. Opponent's at 9. We got Cling. It's too bad that we only have a single black source. That is kind of annoying. We could risk it and we could Cling and exile something else. Okay, so even if they have the stub, yeah, we're just gonna drown this. Embracing Borrower is a 3-turn clock. Risk it to get the biscuit. Exactly. Let's cast this. Cast. There. Get a token. We're gonna do this on my opponent's upkeep. And this borrower represents a 3-turn clock. Upkeep. Kill this. Cool. Shadow. It's potentially scary. Gonna eat the decay. Oh, brutal. Okay, so so about the whole only a single black source thing. Pretty painful here. So we beat one removal spell, but we don't beat TBR. So if they have TBR, we lose. They don't. I guess I could also have a removal spell. They don't because they conceive. Bitter Blossom is added again. Just like it's 2006. When was Bitter Blossom printed? Around there. Crater was also an out. Crater. For them, you mean? Oh, Goblin Crater Maker? Is that what you're talking about? Ain't no coward. Diora? No, I had 2 blockers. Gives haste. Yeah, but I had 2 blockers. That's why I left 2 blockers. And trample. Oh, it gives trample too? Oh, interesting. Is Simic Ninjas really the enemy? Simic Ninjas is the hero. If I'm being honest. My opponent moved to 4. Let's thought system. Let's hit them while they're down. Great. We're totally gonna lose this game, by the way. Ninjas here are with the enemy. Marsh, no voy a mentirte. That's a great Simpsons reference. Basically, any reference, any Simpsons reference ever, it's a great Simpsons reference, without exception. So now we can actually counter Cathartic Reunion, which is kind of pog. More fairies than ninjas. I mean, there's only 2 ninjas, but... Nunca entendí por qué las actrices aman tanto a los Simpsons. Y es porque Telefe consiguió los derechos de los Simpsons hace no sé cuántos millones de años y los abusó. Should I play this? I don't think so, because we're gonna have V-Click on the following turn. Oh, now they have Cryptic. So if they do anything, we Cryptic. If they don't, okay. I guess that we skipped through our attack step. Adoctrinamiento. Adoctrinamiento de los Simpsons, exacto. Genial. So if they don't do anything, I'm gonna be click and step. That's a 4-turn clock. Damn. And I think I'm gonna target myself bottom this Fatal Push. Inquisition. I am only human, chat. I know that this is incorrect, but I am only human, okay? One does not simply not cast a Fallen Shinobi when given the chance. We get to hit our land drop. We get to cast Sinky. Now we set up lethal. Easy. There's still Niv behind me. Oh yeah, I don't never want to see Niv again. Get out of here, Niv. What do we got? There's nothing that we can use. This is the prime time. You can't go wrong with prime time. Hardcast Ox. That's fine. I knew that I was wrong, Chad. I knew as I was doing it. Do I regret it? Not for a second. Not for a second. Shinobi, Shinobi, Shinobi. This seems good, this seems good, this seems good, this seems good, and this seems good. We have a lot of bad ones. Cut those. Cut these. These are questionable. Cut these. And probably cut this. Yeah. There. Oh, no, 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 no. No. Okay, cool. There, 60. All right, cool. Whew. Dodge a bullet. I once hit an Ulamog versus Sean. Nice. We're probably gonna be dead by the time these cards become online, so we're gonna ship this one. Opponent kept 7. Lucksack. Lucksack. Keep. Nihil Spellbomb. Okay. Thug. Jerry? What Jerry? Jerry Thompson? Called it! Easy. Didn't I call it, chat? I totally called it. A Twitch personality always hangs around Cherry and Squash streams. Oh, okay. Live from the Loam. What is that? A Mesa and a Meyer. Thug, Mesa, Meyer. Totally gonna miss Orlando, aren't we? I mean, not miss, but like play any TV tap land. Go Loam. I'm gonna try to draw a card here, so that then we can play the Ashiok if we find a land. How about Cryptic? How about Cryptic instead? Oh, sweet. Interesting that my opponent's playing Bloodghast over there. Everybody kind of seems to have moved towards the other version of this deck. It's a nice mountain, I like that one. Loam for, what is this? Mesa and Cave. Fuck. That's like the perfects. They literally dredged the absolute perfects. Gross. Now my drones in the lock are even offline, so I can't do anything. Wow. Disgusting. You're in the Moon Ninjas, you playing it with Squatchief? No. I just saw that somebody 5-0 with this somehow, and I'm like, that sounds like something that might be interesting. Oh, we're definitely gonna tap in and block in. Tap in and draw in. Hardcast Chill. Okay. So I can kill Ghast. We can kill Bloodghast, kill Amalgam. This is a really hard way to do it. This is truly horrendous. And I guess I should mill them, because I'm not really getting any value out of anything. But now they're gonna get to answer the Ashiok. This is horrible. Like, we would have been fine if on that one turn where they milled like Ghast, Amalgam, or Narcomoeba, if they had milled like any one of those, not one of those cards. That's what I'm trying to say. If they had milled not one of those cards, we would have been fine. But because they milled exactly all of those cards, we were actually not able to hold off the onslaught. Brutal. We have no pressure. And we are probably just dead. Yeah, we're just dead now. Now we can stall for a little bit, but they only used 2 chills so far. Do I even want to put a Cryptic on top? Like, is drawing Cryptic good for me? Is what I'm trying to say. There's a Conflag right there, so it's not even good. Drawing Cryptic is not even good. V-click. Yeah, I'm just gonna pack it in. There's no one card that takes me out of this. Don't you always tell people to not minus an Ashiok? You got me. I was got. Just realized Fallen Shinobi is actually a zombie. Crazy. I guess maybe I do want some number of pushes. Like, Shinobi seems awful, and maybe I do want some number of pushes because of I want them to combo with Kalitas. Maybe this is crazy. Maybe this just makes no sense. Okay. And I bought Cryptic. To obey the MCQ, I've lost first round to Faeries. Brutal. Not even sure what we're supposed to do here. Just a bad big click. Then went on to be Kogak, nice. Just don't play Reunion, please. No Reunion. That's a Reunion. Shit. Fuck. Draken44, thank you so much for that Twitch subscription. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. I appreciate your support. I like the new icon, dude. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying the new icon, dude. Do I just need to bounce like a amalgam here? What am I even doing here? This is awful. This is so bad. Like I need to minus, and now they just have 4 power, so Ashok dies. It was effectively a worse Nihil Spellbomb. Feels bad. If I had found something like an Aether Gust or whatever, it would be in great shape, but never found anything. So we're probably just dead now. Makes me really sad. Makes me really, really sad. We draw another uncastable. Of course, of course. Can we raise? We could raise. Yeah, we're just dead. Let's not waste our time anymore. We could continue playing that game, but like we're just too much. We're just too far behind. It's not worth our time. There's no way we can ever come back from that. Tough stuff. My kingdom for a Wajuka Bog and a bounce land. Hallelujah, my friend. Hallelujah. Classic beating Dredge game 1 and losing to it games 2 and 3. Not great. Not great. Remember back when my rating was actually solid? Chat, remember when I 5-0'd? When I just started today's stream? We played a 3-hour league that I 5-0'd. Those were the times. Those were the times. I'm slamming right here. Boom. What you got? Spell Snare! Vomit. Disgusting. Blue-white. Okay. With a grave here, Archmage's Charm myself. Definitely not great having drawn one of our fatal pushes, but Spell Killer. Well, that's pretty insane. Don't have the force. Nice. Boom. This player draws 2 cards. Yeah, that one. That player. That player draws 2 cards. That's a problem. That is indeed a problem. Missing land drops is not where you want to be in the control mirror. Missing land drops is not where you want to be. Wow, really? They're not gonna brainstorm? Is this gonna resolve? Oh my god. It resolved, chat. It resolved. Oh, they're playing Blade. Ah ha ha. Put Charm on top. Let's draw 3. Draw 2, sorry. That's pretty good. Very nice. Very, very nice. So I guess that we're not going to blast Liliana, because my cards are really good. So we can put Thoughtseize on top. We put Thoughtseize on top. We take their thingy. They're going to counter. We counter back. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I think that we could just put draw in the lock. Yeah, Thoughtseize sounds better. Sure. Liliana is kind of awkward in this deck. I'm not sure how I feel about it. So they draw the Cryptic, they also have a land. So their hand is Cryptic Path. we're going to counter target spell. Take the path, play the land, pass the turn. So now we're going to be able to play Borrower on end step. It's nice to see me giving back. Thank you. Thank you, Stubbs. It's only fair, right? It's only fair. It's so awkward. Like, Liliana is so awkward in these decks. What am I supposed to do? Six Lane wants to keep cards in hand rather than drain resources like John Sultan. Exactly. That's why Liliana is super awkward in this kind of deck. Because like you legit cannot plus Liliana because like you want to. Just gonna cryptic counter draw. Cool. Okay, so Force of Negation and Disdainful Stroke. Oh, they did show me Spell Queller, which was unexpected. By existing, she's a threat. Yeah, but it's kind of weird to leverage her, right? I guess that just by being there, she's just chilling, and it's just in play, and it's one hard to interact with permanent that my opponent has to deal with. And if I have cards in hand and my opponent doesn't, then that's probably good for me anyway. So there's that little bit of tension there. But maybe because of that, which I just explained, it's just fine. Not playing Uro is just bad deck building. Yeah, it's weird, right? I played Uro and I went 5-0, and then I don't play Uro and it's tougher to win. It's crazy. It's crazy how that works sometimes. Whoops! No! I misclicked. I wanted to click on the land, but then the new card showed up into the hand, and it actually shifted the hand to the side. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. God damn it. Ugh. Ingenious Edition will seem much better if you're going for a ninja theme. I'm not going for a ninja theme, but it's like there were ninjas in there, so I named it ninjas because I thought it was cool that we're playing ninja cards. I thought it was cool that we're playing Fallen Shinobi. It's a fun card. Are we gonna do it, chat? I think we're gonna do it. Are we gonna do it, chat? I think we're gonna do it, chat. I think it's gonna happen, chat. I think it's gonna happen, chat. Flashing equipment? What equipment? What are you talking about? Draw sword. That would only be fair. That would only be fair. Also, my opponent's hand is pretty solid. Baby Tef. Would love to draw land. Would certainly love to draw land. Brutal. So we're definitely thought season because we cannot beat that Jace. Damn it. Why play the land first? Like, don't you want to shuffle these lands away? Nonsense. Well, I guess I want to hit my land drop, so this is definitely risky, but I think it's what I have to do. Like, I cannot win this game with 3 cards, so I think I'm gonna have to opt into land, into Inquisition. Bottom that. Mystic Sanctuary, brutal. Rough shape. We're in a rough shape. And the funniest thing is, like, this should not be even close, but my opponent has this card, so we are super struggling, right? Like, we should be able to win this game easily, but they have the Fairy, so I think this is just game, right? Can we keep up with this? I don't think we can really keep up with this. I'm gonna go on a tangent and say that this deck's mana is a little bit questionable. Just a little bit questionable. That sucks. And we can't really put this on top. Snabby's not doing anything, so I'm gonna trade if my opponent offers the Stoneforge trade. I doubt that they're going to, but I don't know. Okay, so I have to assume that they have nothing. Flooded Strand. So if they have nothing, if I tap their team, draw. We clear the Jace. This is gonna backfire somehow. Force of negation. Thank you for gaining me 2 life. Okay, so now we're going to tap their team, draw a card. This at Jace, this at Tef. Well, actually, what is better? No, we have to kill the Jace. Field. Get a black source. That's actually not the end of the world. It doesn't matter too much. Okay. Again, we're assuming that they have nothing, because we can't really beat cards. Sure. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. They had cards. They had cards. In case you were wondering, they did have cards. Okay. Number 3. Game number 3. I think I actually... The 3rd copy of Fatal Push might be okay. I'm kind of disliking the Lilianas. Definitely need to eliminate this deck. That's a good idea. That's definitely a good idea, actually. Probably not in the main deck, but it could be a sideboard card. Keep. Gonna be greedy, I'm gonna be looking for lands here. These Mystic Sanctuaries have been hella awkward. This card has been so awkward so many times. It's just too many copies. It's just too many copies of the card. You can't play 4 copies of Mystic Sanctuary in a 60 card deck. It's too much. But we were punished by this so many times. No turn to Stoneforge is huge. Even if they untrip there, we actually cannot afford to Sprite, because maybe we should play less black. I mean, I think that it's just you should not play 4 copies of Mystic Sanctuary in your deck, period. Even if it's mono blue, you probably cannot afford to play 4 copies of Mystic Sanctuary. It's just too much. It's just too much. Hardcast Force? Queller. No black sources. Mana base in this deck is really bad. Really, really bad. such a bad mana base. I am learning something though today, which is never ever copy a deck from a deck dump. As is. The fact that it 5-0 does not necessarily mean that the person that was playing it knows what they're doing. Can live for Jason, either Grave or Sunken Hollow. I think that you just need to play less copies of Mystic Sanctuary, probably more black sources as well. Sunken Hollow is definitely interesting. Sword. Fuck. We got 2. Okay, so we're gonna get 1 turn of free range to do anything that we want. Can we capitalize? Because like this doesn't do anything, right? No, we cannot capitalize. I guess we can bounce. Okay. If they don't have a force... Don't remember this on his hand, draw a card. And we also get to draw 2 here. So if they don't have a force, which they do, of course they do. Why wouldn't they have a force there? Okay. We are done. We are done. Just jealous of the the deck maker's ninja skills at a card 200 IQ. Yeah, exactly. Like if I wanted to play a deck like this again, this is not a card I would play. I think 3 Mystic Sanctuaries are probably okay, but I would not play the 4th one. I would play Sunken Hollow. And I honestly could see playing Liliana the Last Hope before I play Liliana of the Veil in this deck. I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna meme, right? Like, we're just gonna have fun. Probably should never in a million years keep a hand like this, but like, whatever. Like, I am over this league, so let's at least have some fun. And let's try to shinobi them. Can we storm my opponent? That's a great draw, by the way. In case you didn't know. Her Prime Multani went as a ninja for Halloween. It's pretty good too. Who wasted money in this donation league? It was not a dono league. I saw it and I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, to be fair, it is kind of cool, right? It's just, it's not very good. But, so I did this to myself. But I was smart about it and I chose to 5-0 the first league so we could make up for all the money that I was going to be losing afterwards. You see? Main main deck pieces of the puzzle is certainly interesting. What is... I put Ritual and Morphos. And they put the wrong Ritual in their hand? That's really weird. Could have snapped Inquisition there, but seems more important to make sure that my opponent does not resolve that Gifts and Given. Wasn't better to snap EOT than to play Bitter Blossom? Like, I want to get this going. Like, this also makes my other fairies better, right? That Grape Shot is threatening. It's pretty solid. Can surprise gain a little bit of life. Okay. Casting Flames? Shit. I think I'm gonna go for the cheese. We're gonna go for the cheese line. Which is to put the Casting Flames in my graveyard and my opponent to put 2 cards into the graveyard. So this and this. So I'm gonna get a basic swamp in response to this. I'm gonna exile the Casting Flames. Did that work? I know they have Grape Shot in hand, so they're gonna be able to deal a bunch of damage here, but maybe it's not lethal. Oh, they had another Morphos? Fuck. No, that's enough. Ah, damn it. I mean, if they can only deal 10 damage here, no, that's 11. Whoops. Alright. 20 going for the overkill a little bit. We didn't work. No, we were not, because we can upkeep, flashback the Cling, and exile the Baral, which we killed at the beginning of the game, so we were not dead on board. Okay, so these are the cards that we want. Drown sounds okay. Bitter Blossom sounds terrible. Shinobi sounds bad. Liliana actually does not sound great because of the same reasons that it's been bad before. Brazen Borrower can be a clock, I guess. Like the discard, we like the Nihil Spellbomb, we like the Clings. We like the Spellstarter Sprite. Force, B-Click, Archmage's Charm, this is an answer to Empty. Ashuk is great. Gust is mostly an answer for the enchantments. Playing Ninja deck, we're kind of just always dead on board. That's fair. Sure. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Playing the Shadow here. Aria, Empty. So Empty doesn't do anything. Just stick the Aria. Spire Bluff. Zero missions. It's like out against Storm, they can never get a crit by myself. Yes, I know, Draken, but my opponent can top deck or they can keep cards in their graveyard. If I continue upticking Liliana, that means that I don't have cards in hand. Like comparing Liliana out of this deck to Liliana out of Jund is just a waste. Like you're just missing the point. They are vastly different. They do vastly different things. I'm not so sure about what I just did now that I think about it. So I think that I'm trying to cheese them out basically by not taking the Empty there. I think it's pretty obvious, but it's okay. But if we find the land, we actually get to undo all of their work. Vote noises from Broom. Can I Ashiok, please? Can I find a land at the top? We're totally gonna draw Mystic Sanctuary. Just wait for it, chat. Just wait for it. Bottom top. Land, please. Oh, I fucking called it. God damn it, I fucking called it. I fucking called it. It's nice at least that we get to do the round there. Didn't I call it, chat? I'm pretty sure I called it. I'm pretty sure that I called it. Is my opponent gonna go for a Desperation Empty? Nope. It's a lot better than a Desperation Empty. Oh, they are going for a Desperation Empty. Sick. Last card in hand is Empty the Warrens. And we have the answer right here. Pieces of the puzzle. Continue going off. Unless they find it naturally the grape shot, I think we're gonna be fine. But if they find the grape shot naturally, we might be in trouble. Plenty of gobos. No grape shot? Sweet. God damn it. Joblin. I'm gonna mill myself here. Fatal push on top. Sure. Kind of a whiskey there. Got him. Push there. Now we just chill. We swing with our 6-turn clock. Excuse me, sir, what is the toughness in your tokens? Yep, exactly. Please excuse me, opponent. May I read the toughness in your tokens? Double aria, so I definitely want those gustos where they are. Is brutality even good? I guess it is okay. I'm not so high on cling. Could never cut Shinobi's for stream reasons, for value reasons, yeah. That's no. I don't mind cutting Shinobis. Alright, my opponent's 0-2. I am 1-3. Yeah, 1-3. So let's see if I can get some petty money, or if they are, you know, well on their way to getting some petty money. The good thing is that no matter how bad this league goes, it can probably never be worse than the Niv league that we played before, so. Mystical Dispute. That's an interesting one. So I think I'm actually gonna take the ritual here. If I take the ritual, because if they top deck exactly empty, we are actually pretty naked to that. I could also just like take pieces. I think I'm just gonna take pieces. It's just a better card. Next turn we can Sanctuary plus Thoughtseize. If we had played mono white tokens, I would have 5-0'd. 100%. Would have totally 5-0'd. Okay, so we're gonna take the dispute so we can slam the Ashio next turn. which limits a lot of my opponent's outs. Telling me the deck is gas. I can see the deck being cool. Okay. Main phase gifts. So the last card in hand is a ritual. So if we take the Manamorphose and the Grape Shot, next turn we can... My opponent plays the Baral and they can have mana, but they are not going anywhere. And then we can push. So Grape Shot to the bin, Manamorphose to the bin. And I think I have all that I want, so I'm gonna bin them. Like, I definitely want to exile their graveyard, so we're activating Ashiok regardless. The question is, do we target ourselves or them? And I think we target them. Pieces. Would be nice to draw land. Well, okay. So this means that we can put Inquisition on top. No need to exile here, so we're just gonna chill. Blue Black Ninja, Mother player I've ever seen. Thank you, Stabs, means a lot. Two cards on the bottom. So we're gonna Inquisition you. So we don't really care about the Past in Flames because we have Ashiok. Do we care about... We don't care... I guess we don't care about the Ritual because we have Gust. So the only things that do anything are the... I think I'm just gonna take a cantrip and I'm gonna take the Opt because it allows my opponent to use their mana right here while otherwise they can't. And I think we just copy and paste the same play from last turn. Sleight of hand is not good enough to counter, unfortunately. Baral. Push. Counter draw. Interesting one. I guess they can make gobos here, which would be pretty annoying. Udon Sneakers basically ninjas. Yeah, actually one of the I can't remember who it was, but somebody was doing well with like a version of ninjas that was bug and played green for snakes. No Udos, but are they really like discarding 3 cards for a cantrip? Because that's exactly what that was. My opponent discarded a ritual, two rituals, and a Past in Flames in order to cast a cantrip. Does not seem like a great exchange. All right, we managed to 2 and 3. Yay, ninjas! We got to Fallen Shinobi exactly once, and we won because of it. So clearly, Fallen Shinobi is broken, but the rest of the shell is seen a little bit sketchy. Definitely, we were missing black mana a lot. We were missing black sources a lot, and we drew Mystic Sanctuaries that were very awkward a lot. So, not very excited about discards. I mean, not very excited about playing 4 copies of discard, I guess, is what I meant to say. Then the Lilianas that I already talked about, they seemed pretty sketch as well. I could even see Liliana the Last Hope over Liliana of the Veil. And Narset, maybe it's a better Placewalker. Narset is like what I would think as a better walker to go in this deck. Like you're tapping out for something, and like we found ourselves in really awkward spots with Liliana of the Veil, which is like we wanted to actually hold up the cards in our hand to interact with our opponent, and then we just could not plus Liliana. So that was pretty awkward. But besides that, it was fun. It was fun. It was cool casting B-Click again, and we got to do the sweet thing that I used to do back in the day in Legacy. Back when Stoneblade was a played card and when Melilio Click was a played card, which is, you know, what would actually happen in the matchup against Blue-White, where my opponent activated Stoneforge and I managed to snap it off with a click, and then they couldn't get their Battle Skull to play, so that was pretty sweet. But yeah, I mean, this deck, I never expected this deck to be good. But let me just put that on the table. I never expected this deck to actually be good, but it was fun. We played some cool games. And I think like definitely made some mistakes like against the red-white Taxes deck. I could have won that second game. I don't think I would have won the first one because we just flooded ridiculously. But the second game could have probably been won if I hadn't messed up my sequencing with the Snapcaster with the Aether. I think that if I had been able to pull that off, we would have been able to get a bunch of value with the Fallen Shinobi and just block my opponent, so we would probably win even after we would have gotten boiled. But yeah, deck was fun. Probably will never ever play it again, but it was cool, and I hope you enjoyed it because it was enjoyable-ish. So I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave me your comments down below, and yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.